A new day dawns on Europe's most prestigious poker tournament. The great and the good are gathering. But what separates the two?
It's many things combined.
It's a skill and an art.
I can just feel the energy of the person, if they're weak or strong.
It's the difference between guessing and knowing.
You're good at reading people.
Sometimes you just know. I just do.
I can read people much better than average professional player.
And with that knowledge comes power.
Sometimes it helps that people are kind of a little bit scared of you.
When I'm in high-pressure situations, if I can be the bully or if I can intimidate him, I'll do that.
But at this level of competition, even the great can fall. Monaco, playground of the rich and famous, where money talks, and this week, dreams come true. The great and the good of the poker world have been joined by qualifiers, battling it out in the 5K main event. The Salle des Etoiles may be the most stunning poker room in the world, but only those who prevail will see the stars. So far, the newcomers have held their own, but as the bubble approached, the big hitters swooped.
Gonna go have some fun on the bubble now.
Piling on the pressure.
Early on, things seemed to go my way. You know, I was in good situations, I was hitting some flops, and I was, making all the right moves. This is for it. Before I knew it, I was skyrocketing up the chip stack.
I don't want to bust anyone on this table before the bubble.
Had a very good day, and it was easier than normal to figure out kind of what everyone is trying to do. Then I was able to capitalize on that very well.
But not everyone found the bubble a breeze.
Hi, guys.
And after a frustrating period of hand for hand, the feature table delivered disappointment for Salvatore Graziano.
And the river is 8.
Graziano is out, and everyone else has cashed. Woo! With the all-important money milestone hit, it's time to go big or go home. Welcome to day 3. And now the bubble has burst, the post-bubble bust-out bonanza begins.
Can you say that 5 times fast?
Yes, I can.
Do it.
No. While the short stacks take their chances, the chip leaders fight for supremacy.
Most of the big stacks belong to the big names, none bigger than Daniel Negreanu. And Daniel is teaching tricks and talking trash at the tournament TV table.
Can you say that 5 times quickly?
Barely got it out once.
No good? I'm good.
The confidence Daniel brings to the table is unrivaled, but that's probably because he's the best in the world.
Yeah, for me, this isn't my first rodeo.
$200 ante, 6 and 1200 are the blinds. Good luck, players.
And I've played some really high-stakes poker against some of the great players in the world. I've won lots of money, and my intention is to make the final table here in Monte Carlo.
Fighting talk from Kid Poker. Effective against the amateurs, but less so when you're up against another seasoned pro. Joining Daniel on the main stage is ElkY. One of the most successful players on the European circuit, and he looks to be in strong form.
I think I've been playing well for a few months. I've been doing meditation. Kind of worked on my game from the mental state. I feel really good about this tournament for sure. So it would be really awesome to win a championship.
2 world-class players, 2 completely different personas.
No fair even, right? Ace high.
Will quiet confidence or vocal self-assurance win through? Welcome to Monaco and day 3 of the PokerStars Championship presented by Monte Carlo Casino. I am James Hartigan alongside Joe Stapleton.
Hello, my babies. The good news is, if you're still in, there's only 133 players standing between you and the championship. The bad news, only about 100 of them are the best in the world.
Including the start of day chip leader, Nick Petrangelo.
He is definitely on that list.
As is one of our former champions, Patrick Antonius.
I don't want to say Monaco's expensive, but Patrick walked 45 minutes to get here today.
He had a great day too. Same can't be said for Maria Ho. She doubled on the bubble, but is still pretty short.
She'll have to hone in. I'll see myself out.
And our online qualifier is in the house.
I'm just gonna say hi to Daniel, why not?
You'll have to wait in line behind Liv Barry.
How are you? That was very sexy, whatever that was. How you doing?
Good.
So not attractive.
Now 2 people look unattractive.
ElkY's enjoying the show.
He looks different. Did he have a nose job?
Hey, Daniel. Hey!
I'm recording this.
Hey, who is this?
Bolognese.
Bolognese.
Good luck, sir. Good luck.
We're 6 minutes into the show and we've already hit peak awkward.
Robert's having the time of his life. He is off to take his seat at one of the outer tables. Daniel is ready to do battle on the main stage. He's the biggest stack at our feature table. ElkY's got position on him, but he has a below average stack. The low man at the table is Thomas Popov, playing 11 big blinds. You could say he's in the danger zone.
Danger zone.
Blinds are 2,000, 4,000 with a 500 ante. Action folded to Alan Dierstad, a popular Norwegian pro. He's out. Michelle Pereira with Queen 5 passes. Popov, the short stack, has Ace-Jack.
Here we go.
He's all in.
How much?
44.
Huh?
44.
44.
Daniel with Ace-9 in the small blind.
This really could go either way.
44 is 11. Okay, here's your chance. You got good cards? Oh, you got me.
King, queen?
Ace-9. I think you might lose this one.
Diamonds.
He might lose this one. I think a 9.
9?
I think it's coming. You think it?
I think it's gonna take you out in like 10 minutes.
2 more hands.
You guys chop it up.
He's a straight.
I think a 9. I'm sorry.
I can't prove this works, but I can't prove it doesn't.
Well, no 9 on the flop.
I'm gonna run a straight. Chop.
Not now, Raffaelli.
Popov an 84% favorite to double up. 9 on the turn.
Oh, I told you. Felt it. I really felt it.
In the words of Ernest, ew.
Popov needs a jack to survive. It's a 6.
Sorry, bud.
It's okay. Good game, guys.
Popov out in 126th place.
At least he cashed.
Sometimes you just know.
How do you know?
I just do. I don't know.
Popov heads home to Canada with 7,580 euros. While his fellow countryman has just moved over the 300k mark.
Hey, Negreanu, stick to poker. Oh, wait. No, that is what he's doing. He's good at it.
So we're still paying a min cash at the moment. 6-figure scores for the top 6 with €500,000 up top for the eventual winner. To the outer tables where Patrick Antonius has gone to the turn against Jerome Lostis. Patrick's bet 20,000.
Losties with the Mosties. Let me say I was right there.
That's a call. This hand going to the river. Which is the Jack of Hearts.
He doesn't seem to be worried about playing against Patrick Antonius at all.
Action checked to Patrick. And it looks like he'll bet again. 55,000. Lostis calls. Patrick shows king-queen, top pair, but trip 5s for Lostis.
Yeah, when Patrick gets called that quickly twice, it's probably not going to be good. I Google translated Lostis' last name. Turns out it means the Ostis.
Well, after that hand, Jerome will overtake Patrick on the tournament top 10. Overnight chip leader Nick Petrangelo has also dropped. Hakeem, Shilhabel, and Kolkovic make up the top 3 right now. Well, let's check in on Michael Kolkovic because he's in a hand against our online qualifier Robert Pankowski and Renaud Lejal.
Look at all these new faces. Thank you for coming to our poker tournament.
A 10-7 deuce flop. Lajal was the pre-flop aggressor, but Pankovsky's gonna bet. Ooh, 12,000. Kolkovic folds. And Robert thinks he's won.
Oh, Can I play?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Might have looked a little too eager to win that pot.
Sorry. I didn't realize you were on the hand. Just here. Sorry.
Whoops.
That was a lucky call, too. I didn't know it was 9,000.
You can't talk your way out of this.
Lajal calls, we're going to the turn.
So let's just imagine I didn't donk bet, you bet, I called. That's how the action would go.
Mm-hmm.
Now I check.
Everything Robert says right now makes him seem weaker than my first email password.
Check, check on the turn. 3 on the river.
King high.
Check to showdown. Robert does not have the best hand. Lajal wins the pot.
Gets mini slow rolled by ace high.
I think everyone was a bit confused by that hand. And Robert's now dropped down to 88,000. Well, back at the feature table, we have another big name joining the lineup.
Hi.
Hello.
Look who it is.
Selena.
Welcome.
Hello. A lot of friends here.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's have some.
You brought lots of money.
Did I?
Yeah.
Are you gonna take them all?
No.
No?
A little bit
Okay.
here and there. We're gonna do
No,
little jabs.
no. I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
it.
You have a dead mouth too, or is it different?
No. Mine's so much cuter. It's Melody.
Who?
Melody.
Melody? Who's
Yes.
she?
She's a rabbit.
She is awfully cute.
Michelle Pereira first to act here with Queen Jack.
Queen Jack, or as I like to call it, quack. Which is what this guy must be smoking if he's gonna raise with it.
Nah, he folds.
50-50. Where are you from?
Brazil.
But I knew it. I was gonna say obrigado.
So Raffaello Locatelli has got the action started with a button raised to 9,500. ElkY with King Jack suited. Calls out of the small blind.
He just calls because King Jack flops pretty well, but it's hard to get it in pre-flop as a favorite.
So heads up to the flop. King 8-4, top pair for ElkY. Funnily enough, 10-6 offsuit did not connect with the board.
And funnily enough, King Jack flopped pretty well.
Check, check. Ooh, 10 of diamonds on the turn. Locatelli now has second pair. ElkY picks up a flush draw to go with his pair of kings.
This run out is going better for ElkY than his last 3 jumps to hyperspace.
He leads for 12,500. And now Locatelli has a piece of this. He calls. The river card is the gin card for ElkY. 6 of diamonds. He has the flush. Locatelli has improved to a no-good 2 pair.
Best run out ever. ElkY has a hand that's going to be good 99% of the time, and Locatelli has a hand that's going to beat all of ElkY's bluffs and even some of his value bets.
Ooh, wow, it's a big bet. Ah, the flush, right?
Correct.
Of course it's the flush.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be too explodable, though.
He calls.
Flush, yes.
Flush?
Yes.
Solid read from Locatelli, but that call cost him dear. ElkY off to a great start on day 3. Welcome back to Monaco, where there's been some early movement on day 3 of the main event. Local resident Patrick Antonius has taken a hit early on, while fellow pro ElkY has just chipped up against Raffaello Locatelli.
Flush?
Yes.
ElkY's trademark sunglasses have been absent so far, but he is sporting a new nose, and that may have something to do with it.
I couldn't breathe from one side of my nose. One side was completely blocked. To be honest, I didn't realize how crooked it was to begin with. When they took like pictures before, I was like, wow, it's actually not straight at all. And I got it done like 2 weeks ago. I went to South Korea and they're like the best in the world for this. The surgeon who operated my nose, he was a fan from me from StarCraft, so that's pretty funny. They did a really good job. The only bad thing, I can't wear sunglasses and it's really painful because my eyes are like bleeding every time. Like the feature table is just so bright, I'm not used to it.
I feel like as men, we have enough body issues to deal with, and now we have to have perfect noses too. Wow.
He just wanted to be able to breathe properly. 115 players remain in the PokerStars Championship presented by Monte Carlo Casino. Blind still 2-4. Action on Daniel Negreanu. He raises with pocket fours.
Oh, you almost made 10,500.
I'm avoiding trouble here.
I should avoid trouble too, but can't help myself.
Can't help yourself.
Can't help myself. Trouble is fun sometimes.
ElkY calls in the big blind with king 3 off. And flops 2 pair. Checks it.
3 clubs up there? Hang on, let me see. 3, right?
Nope.
12,000.
ElkY is hitting flops today like Lex Veldhouse's fist hit his face when they kickboxed.
I like to play like this. It feels like a home game. Maybe I should get a whiskey or something.
Hope you got good credit.
12,000 apiece. 9 on the turn.
So Daniel bet the flop to try to fold out a baby club, but my guess is that's the last chip he puts in this pot.
Good check.
Good check, yeah?
He ain't kidding.
An 8 on the river.
Yeah. I thought I should bet. I thought I was supposed to bet.
Are you gonna bluff if I check? Or...
Bluff? What do I have to bluff for?
I have to bet if you're not gonna bluff.
What do you have? You have nothing. You missed your flush.
Better than you, so I need to bet.
You don't.
Yeah.
That's
You
a good
don't
question.
have better than me.
What are you bluffing?
Man, maybe you do. How much is it?
27.5.
I have, what do I have? This?
Show one.
It's the same. They're both the same.
Oh, really? Okay, that's good.
They're both the same. So what the hell do I beat? Okay? Just let's figure out what I can beat. Okay, nothing. I beat ace high.
And you beat a 3.
I'm just gonna fold because who cares?
Nice bluff.
Good bluff.
I can't bluff, I mean.
I had a pair of 4s. True story.
No good, no good.
No good, like fast food fries that aren't consumed within 4 minutes.
ElkY now an above average stack. As we head out into the field for Patrick Antonius versus Jerome Lostis round 2. Picking up the action on the turn.
You know, when Lostis walked in here today, I was like, you know, this looks like a guy who's probably gonna give Patrick Antonius a lot of trouble.
Patrick bets 33,000 into 56,000. Lostis calls.
Another quick call.
The river card is a jack. Patrick checks, Jerome checks behind. Antonius has a 10, Lostis has queens.
Oh man, this dude has got Patrick's number, and if he could just share it with me, I'd be most appreciative. I gotta ask Patrick something real quick.
Jerome Lostis now has more than 500,000 chips. Meanwhile, Patrick is down below 300k and will drop out of the tournament top 10. Lostis currently sits in 3rd. Still 2 former champs on the leaderboard. Davide Katai in 7th and Sebastian Mallets in 10th. And he has just KO'd Liv Barry.
You know, I used to like that kid. Oh, and Liv's wearing her best Beetlejuice shirt. Holy, is it just me or did winning a championship totally change this kid? He's like cool now. He pulled up here at a hog today, tossed his keys at the valet.
All our former champs exude cool. From the brooding Davide Katai to the dapper Jan Bendik.
Sharp-dressed man.
Well, talking of cool dudes, our online qualifier Robert Pankowski is in action. He has just called a shove from Vasilios Charalampakis.
Showdown.
A pair of 8s for our qualifier, a pair of jacks for the at-risk player.
I know the shove was for only 10 bigs, but it seems a little loose to call there.
No ace or 8 on the river, so Charalampakis doubles up through Pankowski.
I thought a Charalampakis was a Pokemon.
No, he's that guy. So Robert takes a hit, but it's all gravy for our qualifier because he's already in the money.
I qualified from a €82 satellite online. PokerStars crew gave me a camera, which was awesome. I'm doing pretty good. Plan for today is obviously narrowing the gap.
Hey, Daniel. Hey! I'm recording.
When you sit at the table with a known poker player who get the same cards, you get the same opportunities, you get the same odds. That's the beauty of poker. I have a story for my grandkids. I free bet Jason Mercier and he deliberated and he folded. That was amazing.
We are down to 140.
When I made the bubble, it felt awesome.
We're in the money of our PokerStars championship. In the money!
Friends that I didn't hear from for years starting messaging me and following me on Twitter and showing me photos of me. I really want to keep on being a part of this whole thing, you know, be on the final table and cash in 6 figures. You know, starting from €82 and having the opportunity to play for €500,000 is a life-changing moment for sure. Where else does that happen?
So that's how I get my friends to call me back.
Robert Pankowski hanging on in there, but there are some players who have not been so lucky. Maria Ho is out in 105th place. We've also lost Raffaello Locatelli.
Bye, guys. It was a pleasure playing with you.
He was eliminated by a new player at the featured table. It's 2015 Prague champ Hussein Ensan.
The #1 player in the tour I wish was my real dad.
Blind still 2-4. Action's been folded to Ensan. He's got Jack 10. He raises to 8,000. Selena Lynn folds Ace 3. Pereira and Ionescu are out. Daniel has passed, but ElkY is in with King Jack.
And he has got Ensan dominated.
The flop is Jack 8 trips for both players.
Yikes.
ElkY checks. And Ensan checks it back.
We know it's saving him a bit, but it's a super draw heavy board.
7 of diamonds on the turn.
Typically, Ensan should have been betting the flop. See, 9-10 could have just gotten there. It didn't, but it could have.
Of course, Ensan now has a straight draw of his own. Well, ElkY's taken over the betting lead. He's fired out 16,000. A raise from Ensan?
Don't do it, Dad. I mean, Hussein, I have something in my eye.
Just a call, and this hand goes to the river. 53,500 in the middle. The 5 of spades, so ElkY has a lock on this.
ElkY can go for more value here than clipping coupons.
Yeah, we're almost certain to see a bet from ElkY. The question is how much. There it comes. 44K. Called.
Good move, not raising. Loses the minimum.
Wow, that's sick. What? I only win that? That's sick. Wow.
Hitting them hands, hey, ElkY?
See? You think I'm aggressive? I just have hands. That's sick, actually. Wow. I can't believe I only won that much. It was enough, but when I see your hand, I was like, wow. Okay, I don't want more.
Nice hand.
Thank you.
All right, guys, you think we could wrap this love fest up? Pitbull's getting bored.
Well, do you want to mix it up with the pros? You could join us on the tour by qualifying for a main event at PokerStars.com. This is Monaco, home of the world's most beautiful poker room, and at the moment, the world's most famous poker players. Local resident Patrick Antonius has been having a torrid time of it on the outer tables. But at our feature table, ElkY's star has been on the rise.
Flush? Yes.
Prague champion Hussein Ensan has joined the fun, and Daniel's been up to his old tricks.
I think a 9. I'm sorry. Sometimes you just know.
And with this much talent packed into one small space, there's bound to be fireworks.
I roll it.
It's day 3 of the PokerStars Championship presented by Monte Carlo Casino. 95 players remaining.
I don't want to say Monaco's expensive, but the hotel Wi-Fi is listed at market price.
Got a new blind level, 2,500, 5,000 with a 500 ante. Online qualifier Valerie Lubinets has joined the feature table, sat between Daniel and ElkY.
Now's when the real poker starts.
Lubinets first to act. He folds. ElkY's out. Round to Ensan. Pocket queens.
Oh, yeah.
He raises to 10,500. Selena with ace-deuce. Passes.
Bye, Selena.
Michelle Pereira gives up the button. Ionescu folds the small blind.
Oh, I have to see the flop.
Should play blind.
Huh?
Should play blind.
Yeah, right? No, look.
Daniel calling out of the big blind with pocket fours.
He's got enough chips to try to hit a set.
And he does hit a set.
Check.
I think I've got the black long pop. That's because Daniel was set mining.
Ensan continues with his overpair.
There is an argument for Daniel to raise.
He just calls. The turn card is a 7.
Check.
Paired board now. Daniel improves to a full house.
And Hussein's probably not going to love this card.
He checks behind. 10 on the river. Looks like Daniel will lead. Get some value from his set. Ensan calls.
Called. I got a full house.
You better dop. Wow, wow.
Wow.
What do you have?
Queen.
Queens.
Queen.
Man.
Wow.
Nice one.
You can tell he really means it.
Daniel up to 484,000, looking to make a deep run here in Monte Carlo and score himself a big cash. He is, of course, #1 on the all-time money list. About $1 million ahead of Eric Seidel, who sits in second place.
He's also a vegan, which means he doesn't like to flop anything with a face.
Question, how much did that jacket cost you?
300.
300 for one jacket.
That's a nice jacket.
It is cool.
Very bling bling.
That's ElkY.
It's pretty, yeah.
You should see him at the BlizzCon.
BlizzCon.
Yeah.
When he wears his, like, uniform.
I saw that one.
ElkY does have a reputation for bizarre clothing choices. Remember in Barcelona back in 2012 when he showed up in a kimono?
He's still my favorite Sacha Baron Cohen character.
Upgraded for 2017 with a new jacket and a new nose.
2.0.
Action folded to Daniel. Queen Jack of Hearts.
Oh, you play football now, right?
Yeah, I play like 3 times a week. I played a little when I was a kid, soccer, but I played in 3 different leagues. I love it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. With all young guys who are, you know, younger.
You play hockey too?
I did when I was young, but there's no hockey in Vegas yet, but it's coming this fall.
He means professional hockey. Hockey is, in fact, legal in Vegas.
Daniel raised. Ensan has called. Action now on Selena Lynn with ace-8 in the big blind.
You think Daniel's anxious to see a flop?
here she comes.
Selena counting out a re-raise.
40 even?
That's a very good 3-bet, well-timed, well-sized.
I changed my mind. I was never folding, and now I'm folding.
Gasp.
I really was never, like, never for a second was I thinking about folding. And then I decided.
I imagine Ensan will also fold.
My hands was so pretty. I had 2 pretty cards.
So much respect for Serena.
Queen Jack suited?
Yes.
I wish I could respect too one day.
Exactly.
Is it
Did I
exactly?
turn my hand up? Queen Jack of Hearts, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So I had 40%?
I don't know if you're going to have a good advantage on this table.
I know you know what I have, you know what I have. Well, it's fine. Everyone knows what I have. It's okay.
Was it really Queen Jack suited?
Yes, Queen Jack of Hearts.
That is sick.
That was pretty cool. I just think we need a new word for sick.
I'll have a think. We're heading out into the field because we've just lost Luke Schwartz in 91st place. Significantly, there's been a pay jump. Everyone's now guaranteed more than 9.5K. Great news for our online qualifier, Robert Pankowski.
Sick.
He has just 3-bet Rafaela Sorrentino.
This is for most of his stack. He probably means business, which means business.
Sorrentino folds, so Robert's re-raise gets through. He's still a relatively short stack, though, playing 84,000.
I don't know how much more of this my heart can take. He's our boy, James.
Staying at the outer tables, it's Antonius versus Lostis, round 3. Jerome bet 14,000 on the flop. Patrick called. The turn card, 5 of hearts. Having bet flop, Lostis now checks the turn.
Let's see if he keeps that whole check, call, showdown, and winner pattern going.
Patrick bets 35,000.
Step 1, check. Step 2, question mark, question mark, question mark. Step 3, $sign.
Jerome calls. This hand going to the river.
Story is checking out so far. Let's get to the next chapter.
It's the ace of diamonds completing the board. Action checked to Antonius. He bets 85,000. Lostis calls.
Super.
Lostis has top 2. And it looks like Patrick got rivered.
Oh man, this is hilarious. Dude, check out Patrick's face.
Good start in the day.
Patrick down to 139,000.
I don't like sad Patrick.
Jerome Lostis up to 661,000. He's among the chip leaders, 3rd on the leaderboard, behind Davide Katai and Stefan Schilhabel. Daniel Negreanu is currently a top 10 stack, 8th overall, and obviously table captain up on the main stage, where the action will be on ElkY. Ace-Jack.
Decent hand, probably doesn't love it first to act.
He's going to raise, though, 10,500. Pocket 10s for Hussein Ensan.
Dang, that didn't take long for someone else to wake up with a hand.
Just a call. Ace-Queen for Selena Lynn.
What do you do here? I don't even know.
She re-raises, makes it 40,000.
Try to pick up what looks like dead money when Hossein just calls in the middle.
Valery Lubinets, the Ukrainian farmer. Folds the big blind. It's back on ElkY.
Fold.
He passes.
Good fold.
How much you play? So, I go all in.
Ensan shoves.
OMG, a classic back raise.
Cool.
Selena calls and we are off to the races.
A classic move and a classic flip.
A big pot.
Another big pot.
Yeah, really big. You've got a lot of money.
I'm surprised she called so quickly.
Some people love flipping, and this is for a top 10 tournament stack. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers.
There comes the flop. 10 high. Selena down to 3% equity.
Not a good flop.
Well, depends whose perspective.
She could be drawing dead on the turn. Well, that gives Selena a straight draw.
Oh. She's still got hope. Revolutions are built on hope.
Ensign looking to fade a jack on the river. 3 cards Selena can hit to survive. It's an 8.
Good game.
What was that thing?
Good game, Selena.
Selena Lynn eliminated in 86th place.
Please don't go.
The Saint Ensign has just won a huge pot.
She's going.
What you have?
Ace Jack.
Ace Jack.
Good fold.
Ensign is now 3rd on the leaderboard. Welcome back to Monaco, where some of our players have been looking for divine intervention. Selena Lynn's prayers went unanswered, leaving Hussein Ensign counting his blessings and his stack.
Good game.
What was that thing?
Thank you.
Another player praying for a miracle is Patrick Antonius, who's starting to feel the strain on the outer tables.
It just all went downhill and progressively. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. It's part of the game and you just move on.
Sounds like a job for Gloria Estefan. Turn the beats around.
Well, interestingly, here at the PokerStars Championship presented by Monte Carlo Casino, Patrick is coming to the feature table.
What?
Where's the rest of your chips, bro?
Well, the other players have them, obviously.
Yeah, pretty much just the one.
Maybe better hands here.
Yep, totally how it works. Just kidding.
We need to step away from the feature table because our online qualifier, Robert Pankowski, is all in. There was an opening raise from Michael Kolkovich. Rafaela Sorrentino flatted in the small blind. Robert then shoved from the big blind for his last 47K. Kolkovich counts out the call, makes the call. Sorrentino is getting a decent price.
The more people that are in this pot, the harder it will be for Pankowski to survive.
Sorrentino calls as well. Robert could triple up here. And there could be action on the side between Kolkovich and Sorrentino. The flop is King Jack 6 with 2 diamonds. Sorrentino is checked to Kolkovich.
Him reaching for chips to bet into a dry side pot is not a good sign for Pankowski.
Kolkovich bets 33,000. Sorrentino folds, so the cards are going on their backs.
Oh, I can't watch.
2 pair for Kolkovich, which is currently ahead of Pankowski's aces. He needs an ace or a 6. Or a 4. No dice.
That's it. The dream is over. Look, he doesn't want to go.
He got it in with aces, but he got out-flopped. Still a great run for our online qualifier in his first ever major live tournament. And Kolkovich, who's got no live cashes to his name, is now a top 5 stack.
Thank you, guys. Good luck.
Still must have been quite a fun ride.
In for 82 euros, cashes out for 9.5 grand. Meanwhile, Martin Jakobsen and overnight chip leader Nick Petrangelo are all in French player Romain Nardin looking to KO them both.
He's the only player not at risk. He's Nardin.
An ace on the river will send both Petrangelo and Jakobsen to the rail.
Hey, Nicky, don't worry about it. We still love you back here in the old neighborhood. Come on, we got some gabagoo.
And we have a new tournament chip leader, Romain Nardin.
Wolfman's got Nardin.
Well, before we head back to our main feature table, let's hear from our 84th place finisher, our online qualifier, Robert Pankowski.
I had a wonderful experience. I met all my heroes from when I was watching poker since, I don't know, probably 2003. It was a pleasure to meet them. It was a pleasure to see them play. Had the opportunity to play with Mercier, Dan Coleman on the table. So, I mean, it felt amazing.
What a guy. If I won a trip to a poker tournament and had to face Jason Mercier and Dan Coleman, I'd be furious.
So how far do you live from here?
Drive 5 minutes.
So you drive?
Sometimes.
You're lazy, man.
I mean, walk 45 minutes.
45-minute walk?
Walk, yeah.
But 5-minute drive?
Yeah, you go.
Drive pretty fast.
You must drive.
Yeah, maybe 7-minute drive. It's on the other side where the stadium is. On the completely other side.
Well, Jerome Brion has just arrived at the feature table. He's opened under the gun with pocket queens. He's made it 12,000 to go. Action's on Valery Lubinets. He passes. ElkY's out. Round to Ensan in the small blind. 8-7 of diamonds.
How much? 12?
12, yeah.
Well, we already know he likes to call out of the small blind with suited connectors. It's not super crazy.
Patrick has 8-9 in the big blind. He calls as well. 3 players going to the flop. Jack 9-5. Second pair for Antonius. Brion still ahead with queens. Action checked to Antonius, and he is moving all in.
Well, queens definitely can't fold. But you can see why Brion might not snap call. He doesn't want to make it too obvious with Ensan still to act behind. Plus, it's just a big moment.
Call. You call?
Yeah.
Up just up and down.
No, you don't.
Wow.
It's not good. It's not good.
Ensan folds, and Antonius will see he is behind, looking for a 9 or an 8 to survive.
Man, I haven't seen someone get beat up by the French this badly since Luc Besson made Lucy. Critics were not a fan.
Patrick is worse than a 4-1 dog. Needs to hit on the river. 4 cards can save him. An 8 or a 9 needed on the river. It's a king.
Good game.
All right, bud.
Okay.
Good luck, all.
Short visit.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay.
Patrick Antonius cashes out in 79th place. I recommend he stop playing poker against people called Jerome.
Well, he has to, because this Jerome is stacking the rest of his chips.
Well, it looks like there may be an elimination at our secondary feature table.
Good luck, guys. Bye.
We've lost Faraz Jaka in 77th place.
Faraz Al Ghul, back to the League of Shadows.
Last hand of the level. Lubinets folds under the gun. ElkY has king-queen suited. He raises to 10,500. Aces for Ensan. And he will re-raise from the cutoff. 26,500.
This is crazy. No, I'm just kidding. Totally standard.
Ionescu folds the small blind. Negreanu folds the big blind. Action back on the Elkster.
You can't really blame ElkY if he wants to peel here. King-queen suited, so pretty. It's prettier than a 10-10 Jade Druid.
He's called. for going to the flop. Which could get ElkY into trouble. He's paired his king.
What a flop for Ensan.
The action's been checked to him. He continues for 21,500.
Poor ElkY. I'm not allowed to say the F word, so I'm going to say something one worse and say ElkY is totally G'd here.
He calls. He goes to the turn. Which is the Jack of Hearts. Ensan now a 95% favorite.
My guess is he is gonna keep on trucking.
It's been checked to him for a second time. And he's betting for a second time. That is 38,000.
This is really great small sizing by Ensan in relation to ElkY's stack. He wants to make sure that right around half of ElkY's chips are in the middle by the river.
ElkY calls again. 183,000 in the middle. ElkY has 113k behind. One card to come. It's a 9. Ensan has a lock on it. ElkY checks.
Ensan set this up perfectly to put them all in.
I go all in.
He shoves on ElkY.
Hammer dropped. Now, Hossein's a pretty tough player to spot for patterns. However, remember he just flatted with 10s before? So I'd be inclined to think when he's 3-betting pre-flop, he's not doing it super light.
Tough to get away from top pair. But ElkY does!
What a great fold by ElkY. Really superb.
And another big pot for Ensan.
Another non-GTO fold.
I see on TV, I guess.
Yep.
Are we on TV?
Hossein Ensan up to 855,000, which means midway through day 3, he is second in chips behind Jerome Lostis, who did most of the damage today to Patrick Antonius. Michael Kolkovic, who took out our qualifier, sits in 4th. Daniel Negreanu rounds off the top 10. Next time, the long day is taking its toll on Daniel. While the poker gods are smiling on ElkY.
Wow.
You can show.
Ace. Hey, aces.